Throw that shit down, Ant. Come on, baby. Okay. Sorry,
fire,
guys.
Bro.
We got a little excited.
That intro was fire. I'm gonna lie.
Yeah, dude. A1, you're the one who like taught me how to do that shit. When I remember one time I asked you like, where the hell do you even like find like those clips? And I applied
YouTube.
my
Yeah, dude. Spamming the YouTube vids on CapCut. That's gotta be the best feeling when you get a good video going down from there.
Yeah, CapCut's. There's something satisfying about making a good CapCut video. So I don't know. JJ, did you like it? Is it an upgrade from like that old shitter?
It's an upgrade. We gotta do something about that music though.
Don't fuck with the music. The music gets you fired up. Well, did you're kind of limited too. You have to do no copyright music. So
yeah,
I don't know. Like if I could bump Drizzy, we'd definitely be bumping Drizzy. Definitely not K-Dot. But anyways, A1, how are you doing, my guy?
Doing good. 15 game slate. I got to be locked into the lab at all times. Been labbing since 12 o'clock last night, 11 o'clock last night. Got to figure some plays out, man.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like there's too much shit. I bitch about this every single time there's a big slate, but I don't know, dude. I don't know if it's like the ADD in me, but I just like go at one game like, I don't know if I like that. Like, don't even like look into it. Then go to the next game, shit. So, yeah, Ty got to start making his own music for the intro. Yeah, I'll start fucking rapping. Put on a freestyle beat, and I'll get the straight bed and intro going. All right. Anyways, A1 is like hitting at like a ridiculous fucking hit rate this year. A1, what's your win rate? Like 65?
67%. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's absurd. That's actually absurd. So plan for today is you're gonna sit back, do everything, and spoon feed us. I'm playing. But anyways, let's see. I'll start off with one play. We're gonna do props first, and then we'll get into some questions. Break down some games. Talk about leans that we have. Hopefully, JJ can cook up something. Sleepy JJ, fresh out of bed, can cook up something. Anyways, let's kick it off. My first one, going Naz Reed of the Minnesota Timberwolves, over 17.5 points, minus 115 at Bet365. Yeah, I'm playing this because I watched the games, to be honest with you. And there's about two guys on Minnesota who can score the rock right now. It's Naz Reed and it's Anthony Edwards. And Ant's been on an absolute tear. I do like his overs too, but outside of them, Rudy's not going to have a good game with Brook Lopez protecting the paint, sitting in a drop. Jaden McDaniels, I don't trust him, in a lower usage role. I think that, when he's asked to put the ball on the floor more, he can step up. I don't really think that's going to be the case here. We go to opponent shooting, last 15 games, catch and shoot stuff. Bucks, 5th highest frequency allowed. Fair bit of makes as well. They're a pretty big catch and shoot funnel. No Giannis for this one, which I think is big. I think that Giannis is someone who could, deter Naz at the rim, who can make like attacking closeouts tough. He'll probably get guarded by Kyle Kuzma, who, love Kuz, shout out Kuz, but not exactly too afraid of Kyle Kuzma. Yes, he had 30 points with Ant and without Randall, 22 against the Bulls. The Rockets, that's a pretty tough matchup. They're really good at limiting what Naz likes to do, which is mostly the catch and shoot three. And then Ant has sat this one. And then this one, the Wolves started off the game 0 for 16. It was a complete shit show of a game. He still played 35 minutes. He was getting guarded by Evan Mobley, who was really giving him fits, and I don't really see anyone who can do that. Last thing I want to say is Dante and Randall off. You get Naz Reed. Where is Naz Reed? He's at 21.31 points per 36. And he's actually been, playing like 36 pretty much every game, 36 plus. And game should be close. I think we got a 6.5 point spread. Minnesota's at home. So yeah, I think he's like around 36, 38 minutes, and love the matchup here, especially without Giannis. You guys, A1, I'm gonna kick it to you. What do you think about Naz Reed?
Yeah, no, I mean, that definitely looks good to me. I mean, I'd say the thing about Naz Reed, right, is I watched these games. My thing was cutting out, but one thing I think when I watched like Naz Reed, like I watched this team, like you said, like there's not many people that can put like the ball into the floor, right? Like I was watching, Jaden McDaniels the other game. I forgot which game it was, but I was kind of breaking it down. I think it was the Portland game last game, right? I was like, who else is going to be able to single create score? Because we know Portland tries to limit assists now. They're more of a single coverage defense. You need someone to break it down. And Rob Dillingham had to be in there. He was struggling. Ant was out. And you see a guy like Jaden McDaniel step up. You see guys like Naz Reed step up in that fourth quarter. They always need that second option with Ant. And, I like Ant's spot as well, but, 30.5 points, 4.5 3-pointers. You're betting on his ceiling now. You don't really have as much value on his props, even though he's dropping 40 every single game. I think Naz at 17.5, is definitely good to run with.
Yeah, for sure. My main take is that, like I said, I'm a Wolves fan. I watch every game. When you do that, it's like you kind of feel like you have a better read on it. My read is that Naz is like a 20-point per game scorer in this role, and it's also a plus matchup. So, yeah, JJ, kick it to you. Do you got any thoughts on Naz?
Yeah, I definitely think without Giannis, it definitely helps. So it shouldn't be as tough of a matchup as going against like someone like Evan Mobley last game. So I think he should start to get some more shots up, and I think like 17.5 would be like the cutoff for me. I don't think like I would play 18.5.
Agreed. I like 17.5 line. A1 knows ball. Yes, sir, he does, Zach. Got a no ball to win at a 67% clip. Okay, speaking of A1, let's see. I'm gonna kick it over to you. You want to hit us with the prop?
Yeah, we got Deni Avdija over 10.5 already. I think it's probably moved to 11.5 on almost all books now, but it's still fine there. I'd probably just go to 0.75 units. Actually, no, it's back to 10.5 on some places, MGM and ESPN bet. So, if you have either of those books, you can run that. Deni Avdija is a pretty, I would say, I don't want to say simple, but it's a pretty like straightforward type of read, right? You got Ayton and Scoot Henderson out. Both these guys out, just so much usage for Deni, who with 30 plus minutes is over in 15 to 21 games. He had 27 RA chances last game. Jeremy Grant could be back, but I'm not really worried about Jeremy Grant. He's been so off ball this year. We've got 14 potential assists last game. He had 50 plus passes, which was the most interesting thing to me. I really don't mind over 4.5 assists, maybe even a bit of a ladder. Him and Donovan Clingan clearly have a connection. I'm not gonna lie, I've watched way too many Portland games this year for a guy that's not a fan of this team. Deni Avdija might be the one guy that can actually get the ball. Him and Scoot are the only guys that can get the ball. It's like the big man inside. Donovan Clingan should probably feast in this matchup as well. I don't mind his 17.5 PRA. But Deni in general, you see this graph right here, 16 to 21 with 30 plus minutes. Just the opportunity is going to be there for him. He was in a 30-point blowout at the end of the game. He was playing the blowout. Chauncey Billups is a little bit weird, so maybe he doesn't play the blowout tonight, but he's not been playing that many minutes late with Scoot Henderson being kind of fully healthy and kind of getting an emergence and Shaden Sharp doing well as well. He's kind of been that seventh to eighth guy off the bench. I think it's going to be a good spot for him today to get those 30 minutes. And with 30 minutes, just opportunity is going to be ridiculous. Plus, if they try to limit Jokic from 3, weak side rebounds is going to be Deni all day.
Yeah, I love this one. I think the biggest part of it, to be honest, for me at least, is that like the Blazers. I'm in the same boat, dude. I watch way too much fucking Blazers. Like I don't know. It's probably just because they're on at late night and stuff, and I don't know. But yeah, what I've noticed is that they have like a core 7. It's like the starting 5 when healthy, and then Scoot and Shaden. And Denny's kind of been like the odd man out when they have the core 7 healthy. Well, they don't have the core 7 healthy. And like you make a really good point. Like no Scoot. I mean, that's going to put the ball in Denny's hands way more. It's going to raise the minute floor a lot more. You might even get Jeremy Grant who's out, which would just raise the minute. I don't think that would change the role. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't change the role at all. But if Jeremy Grant's out, that just like makes the minute floor even safer. So yeah, with one of the core 7, well, I guess 2 of them, Ayton, but I don't know how much that makes a difference for Denny's minutes. But yeah, with one of the core 7 out, I think that, this is like a spot for him to get back up to like that, 33, 34 minute projection, and even maybe around 36 if you get no Grant. So I agree with it. I love the matchup and love the hit rates and stuff. And JJ, do you have a take on this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, both of those players out, it makes a ton of sense. And then you got a nice minutes floor for him here. I think he does get 30 minutes, possibly a little bit closer game. But yeah, I feel like this is like straightforward at 10.5 line. You just got to play it.
Yeah. No, he's tough. Denny's a good player, man. I also think his PRA is a good bet too. Like if you're just betting off minutes, Denny's very good at attacking the rack, especially in transition. He's going to get no resistance at the rim all game, right? I mean, we're talking about Jokic and his rim protection. So if you even have to like throw in points, I don't hate that, especially since like we really like the minutes for him too. So A1, would you be okay with PRA 27.5? I think A1's cutting out. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. This stream's lagging like crazy for me. I don't know what's going on. My sorry ass computer. Knowing this computer is a couple years old, so it's probably just messing up for the first time. Hasn't done a live stream in a minute, so I always do it off my phone. So can imagine that this is messing up. I can see myself right now. I can see like it's glitching, so I can see obviously that's having the issues. But yeah, no, I think somebody asked in chat. I think they asked 11.5. What's it going to be? I think I said 0.75 units at the beginning. That's probably what I'd stick at. Normally I go 0.85 on these alts, but for a guy like Deni, that's RA especially, I had my own issues with Emmanuel quickly last night. RA, one extra RA can always be a bit of an extra sweat, so I'd always kind of just drop it down to 0.75 units.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I feel like usually points you can get away with, like, playing the bump a little bit. But yeah, like assists, rebounds, stuff like that. Yeah, it's always got to be a little bit careful. Baby mama drama. What happened to Ant? Does Ant have another baby mama?
I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't checked.
Let me check this out. He plays hard. He plays hard with baby mama drama. It kind of helps him.
Pisses him off. Shit. Damn. I was off Twitter for one night and I missed out on.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Lil Baby's first son, the mother of that, submits alleged text in courts filing from Anthony Edwards telling her to get an abortion and that he hates her for bringing a child in work without a father. Yeah, he's cooked 15 hours ago. Yeah, this guy's cooked.
Oh my gosh. Dude, Ant, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro, let's do that. Bro, his ass got problems, bro. Okay. That's my franchise player, baby. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna kick it back to myself. This is a new play that I did not give out on stream last time. I'm just typing it up real quick. This one's a niche prop. It's a weird prop. It's kind of an eye test one too. Jaylen Duren over 2.5 assists. Look, guys, if you look at the raw potentials and stuff, it's not gonna look great. Let's see. Perfect line held, playable number every book. So I remember I faded during this game. Cade was out, but they used him as a dribble handoff hub so much. Like he had seven assists in 20 minutes. The potentials are lying to you guys. If you guys didn't know, potentials with centers a lot of the time, especially centers who act as dribble handoff hubs, they just don't get registered as potential assists. So, but then I went back and looked at the film, the Charlotte game yesterday, and was still being a dribble handoff hub a ton. And he had 6 assists in 31 minutes. I didn't play it against the Bulls last game because it was minus 140. But now this is minus 105, and he got 5 assists. And that game was a 40-point blowout where he only played 23 minutes. So I don't really understand what I'm missing here. I haven't looked back at the film here. Like I said, guys, you guys can go do that yourself if you want. And go to the NBA.com and stuff like that and watch the film. But, I'm assuming that they're just they found something that worked and they're going to stick with it. And that's using Duren as a dribble handoff hub. Like I said, last 3 games since they started using him is at 7, 6, and 5 assists. Don't look at the potentials. They're skewy. I mean, matchup wise, Vooch can't guard any sort of action. So it's a good matchup. I mean, the Bulls are a terrible defense. They allow the second most assists. Let's see. I mean, I guess he's hit this line in all 3 games against the Bulls. And I think his dribble handoff usage is higher than it's ever been this year. So yeah, Duren over 2.5 assists. I think it's pretty niche. Definitely one that you got to watch the games to, be able to be able to play it. But that's something I've found out that they're doing more. So want you guys' thoughts on that. A1, I'm kicking to you.
Yeah, no, we talked about this one right before the stream started. I think this one's fire. I mean, you just talk about handoffs don't show up in potential assists, right? It's all those numbers, they don't really matter. You throw out the window. You have to watch these with your own eyes. And 2.5 just a super low line. He's coming off a 23-minute game. No really restriction in a back-to-back. You're not going to really see any restriction. Vucevic is also way too slow, right? You handing that ball off, Duren's going to be guarding him. Nobody's going to get to the guy that if they gives it to a guard, they're going to get by Vucevic pretty easily. I think 2.5 is pretty low. Honestly, I know it's a back-to-back. They might adjust a little bit, but on just one day of rest, there's not really going to be much change for Chicago to be able to do. You could probably ladder this a little bit. I think 4+ a good little lotto leg. I think without a doubt.
Yeah, 100%. And we actually did ladder it up to 5 for a lotto earlier. So yeah, definitely already did that. I think it's a good spot. And also you could play into the RA aspect too. I mean, we're talking about if we think he's live to get 5 or 6 assists. Yeah. 13.5 RA. I mean, he could easily get 14 rebounds in this matchup too. So maybe I tweak by not going RA, but I think that's another very interesting look. And even points, right? I mean, I think I'd kind of wish that they gave a little bit of a discount off that last game, but I know everyone in the community got burned by Duren double and stuff yesterday. But
shit, everybody got burned by every Bulls prop in that game.
Yeah, that's fair. But it's still a great matchup, right? And the same reason why people loved it yesterday. The same reasoning holds true. He just, had a bad game, blowout, stuff like that. So just all Duren stuff, I think, is a little bit interesting to me. But JJ, do you have a quick thought on the Duren 2.5 assists?
Yeah, I mean, I think his usage has been great. Like you said, just using them as a hub even more. And then, that Bulls defense is so bad. Especially when you're trying to defend drives. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna get handoffs and get guys get going downhill. Should set up some kicking little kick out opportunities, catch and shoot. I think it's a great look. I think like you were saying, 4+ maybe here, 4+ assists.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a great little ladder spot.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see. Should we move on to some of the questions, or what are you guys thinking? Question time, and then we can kind of, if we see a spot that we really like, we can just kind of dig into it a little bit more.
Yeah, we can do some questions real quick.
Okay, sweet. Let's see.
That sounds good.
What do you guys think about Trae Young stuff? I did look at this. A1, I'm gonna kick it to you. What do you think about Trae Young RA? I mean, this is absurdly low for him, as we know.
Well, Trae Young in this spot. I mean, we know the Knicks game, right? I mean, back-to-back for the Knicks, it might be a little bit tired, but I think Trae Young's always been an interesting spot for me. I think everybody's been playing the Dyson Daniels train. Dyson Daniels has been an absolute dog. Karis LeVert also in here. I think 12.5 is a good line. I think that's the reason that I'd really be interested in it. I know he's dominated the Knicks this year outside of the last game. He's had 16 and 16 RA. I honestly haven't been the biggest fan, though, of playing this Hawks team outside of Dyson Daniels. I think, also the low conversion rate's definitely a bit of an issue. If you've seen some of these games that Trae Young's had, he's gone 8 for 21 in potentials, 9 for 22. And at first you're like, it's fine. I'm just going to play him the next game and it's going to be fine. No, it just keeps going, right? It just doesn't have, it's just continuously a problem. He had a stretch where he was 9 of 25 on potentials, then 10 of 19, then 9 of 20, 7 of 22. I don't know what's really going on with this guy. His teammates, I just guess they don't want to make their shots. But, it's definitely, I think Trae Young, in terms of the line in general, right, it's not a bad spot at 12.5. Knicks shoot a little bit of threes as well. You can kind of get those long rebounds going. But in general, I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of his play, of his line. I just think that I like in terms of playing him. But I think if you're playing from a value aspect, this line's probably normally 13.5. You could probably get a little bit of a good edge from there. Plus, it's in New York, so everything can be bad for Trae Young.
Oh, okay. It is in New York. JJ, what about you? What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, can these guys shoot the ball? Because honestly, he'll have all the potentials in the world, but if nobody's making shots, it doesn't matter. And they've been missing shots consistently.
Yeah, what do you guys think about maybe Onyeka Okongwu stuff? I think that Cat on a back-to-back, he's been nursing a knee issue. We know that they give up a shit ton to the pick and roll man to begin with because of the drop coverage that they play. And Onyeka had a super high line against the Magic, and he went under, unsurprisingly, right? And now his line's just dirt cheap. I don't know. What do you guys think about Onyeka? Oh, I was looking at the wrong person. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw 10.5 for some reason. Okay. Do you guys have any? I think A1. I think you have an interesting angle though. I actually think that this Knicks team is going to be tired on the back-to-back, and I think that if you can find some Hawks value based off of that, I think that makes sense. Do you guys have anything that you guys are looking at for this game?
Honestly, bro, I'm waiting for Karis LeVert props, bro. I played it, bro. He was 8.5 points last game, right? I told Sammy, I think it was, right? I told him, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I think this guy deadass could play 30 minutes, right? You know, he had 5 fouls in 15 minutes last game. I don't know what he was doing against the Wizards, right? How do you even pick up fouls against the Wizards consistently? I don't know what you're doing. You're supposed to be taking those games off, but you know, I guess he's trying to make an impression too much on defense. He had the issues, and then you know, he comes out and he plays 30 minutes against the Magic and he drops 20 points. I'm just like, bro, 8.5 points. I was thinking about laddering. And now I think in this one, I'm just like, probably want to run him back against the Knicks. I think, you know, off the back-to-back, he's running that DeAndre Hunter type of role. I want to see what he opens up at. If it's going to be like 12.5, probably not with it. But if he does end up opening like 9.5, 10.5 again, you know, just kind of underrating him a little bit, I think I definitely want to run that back and see what's kind of going on. Because I just kind of pissed I missed that last game.
Yeah, no, that makes a ton of sense. Is he getting the non-Trey minutes too? Like, is he kind of like
he's getting some? He kind of mixes in like the second rotation with him, but the first one, no Trey at all.
Okay, yeah, because I think it's a good matchup for him too, because he really should get a fair bit of on-ball stuff. And I mean, yeah, this Hawks team just has like no scoring, so someone's got to fucking put that thing in the hole. Okay, let's move on to another question. Let's see, Ausar. I think A1 kind of shortly touched on this one. But yeah, I mean the Bulls stink in the paint. Like they're really bad in the paint. And this line, man, like what is going on here? 18.5. Wasn't this like 20.5 last game?
This was okay, so it's like weird, right? It opened up 18.5, then it moved up to 20.5, then it went down to 19.5. And then he just fucking said, yeah, forget it. I'm just going to smash every single prop. He went 7-7 from the field. Then he played the fourth quarter. He dominated. And then again, opened 17.5 last night, steamed up to 18.5 right before like this morning. I think 18.5 is like not bad. You know, I've been playing Ausar quite a little bit as of late. I decided not to play him last night. And of course, you know, he said, yeah, I'm going to show you. It's been the weirdest part is about his minutes for me. You talk about a guy that, you know, he played 25 to 27, and that's really where my upside was. I was like, you know, if Ausar Thompson can be playing 27 minutes, he should be having line in the 20s just because of how good he is per minute. But then you look at him and you look at his stats a little bit, and then you're kind of seeing that his minutes are dropping off, right? 23 and 22 in these last 2 games. And, you know, with Dennis Schroeder and Lindy Waters coming in, I thought maybe it's, you know, it's kind of because of that, Dennis Schroeder getting those minutes. But I'm not really sure where to project him minute-wise. If you told me he plays 25 plus, without a doubt, I'm saying 18.5 is an automatic 1 unit play for me. But if you're telling me 22 to 23, I know he went 7-7 last game. That's where it really gets tough for me. I think 17.5 is probably one of those key numbers, but you know, I don't mind 18.5. It's just more of, can he consistently find those minutes? Because I was watching that Charlotte game and they kind of cut him off in rotation. Plus, if he misses 1 or 2 at that scorer's table, that's crucial, right? Every one of those minutes kind of count. You don't have that like back end upside. It's a little weird for him.
Yeah, I agree with the minute thing for sure. One thing I will say is, like, honestly, if he shoots like 7 for 8 again, though, I like wouldn't be surprised. Just because the Bulls are so bad at like paint defense, and like most of our shit is like off cuts and stuff in the paint. Like, I don't know. That's the one thing I will say. I think this is such a good matchup for him. I have a strong lean over Tommaso personally. JJ, do you have a take on this one?
I lean over. I think he's just been super efficient. I mean, Bulls, you can always attack the paint. I'm trying to look at the rotations right now. But it always looks like Malik Beasley is rotating with him. So I think if Beasley's hot, then he loses a little bit of minutes. But if Beasley starts off cold, then he gets a little bit extra.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird with Ausar.
Yeah.
I will say it is like a cupcake matchup for him, though. I mean, he needs to be able to go up against weak paint defense, and that's exactly what he's doing. So I think you got that going for him. Let's see. Malik Monk and Sabonis stuff. Have you guys taken a peek at Sacramento Pelicans?
Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Malik Monk at 10.5 RA, I think is. Is he still 10.5 or?
At 365, and that's
should have known that I was gonna. I would not play at 11.5 because go look what he's been doing the last few games. He does not like getting past that 11 mark. It's a little weird. I don't know. It's definitely one of the weirdest trends I've seen. But you just go break down 21 potential assists against the Pelicans last time. I mean, you really can't. I wanted to play a 6.5 assists last night, but by the time I got to the board, it was cooked. I think the line was just it is cooked. And 7.5 again is just one of those lines where he loves to end on 7, and you kind of see why the usage is kind of limited for him. Sometimes, especially when you have Levine and DeRozan, if one of those guys kind of take over, he can become that odd man out. But 6.5 assists was not that bad. 10.5 already was not that bad. But if I look at 11.5, I see them missing the hit right and stuff. And, it's all a mental game, right? You see all that more red. You're going to be a little bit more like, I don't know if I want this. I don't know if it's going to be that great. But again, Pelicans matchup's amazing. 21 potential assists last game. Can't complain. It's really just about like, again, it's just that mental game of those. I want those specific lines. Can't really get them. It's super juiced. Probably going to be a pass for me. But then also in terms of the Sabonis spot, If Missy can't hold him, let's put it like that. Missy cannot hold him at all. Dominate him last game. It was ridiculous. He even got into foul trouble and he was still dominating. I mean, it was insane. I took his I tried to middle his 32.5 PR with 37.5 PR at halftime because it was off on books. I was like, let me get into my EV. Let me do some EV stuff. Should never have done that. You should have just played 32.5 PR. That dude was dominating. But yeah, no, I think 19.5 is not that bad for him. Again, it's just the usage aspect, but in terms of matchup, you really can't complain. Sabonis in any manner.
I agree, and a good correlation too. Monk and Sabonis have a really good connection in the pick and roll, so I think that's like a pretty good correlation. But I would say Tommaso over 10.5 rebounds and assists, -130 at bet 365. I would play that for sure.
Yeah, I really like the Sabonis spot here. I think just like centers in general, like you can really attack the Pelicans because they always put so much focus on the ball handler. And it's like it sets up so many spots for like mid range or just like little floaters in the paint for the bigs. I mean, is that usually how you see A1 with your Pelicans defense?
We're ass, bro. It don't even matter. It don't matter who we put emphasis on, right? They're gonna let everybody cook, right? Like this team's so bad. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, you got Jose though. You got Jose playing the ball handler, so it's definitely gonna be like you have to kind of give that ball up. But he's gonna be completely being a pest on and off the court. But yeah, no, we're garbage all throughout. I mean, if you look at kind of Sabonis' matchups lately, I haven't really broken it down that much. We look at it, right? You got Philadelphia, you got OKC, Minnesota, Orlando, Portland, Mavericks. Those are all good, decent paint defenses. So that might even be like kind of a buy low spot, right? He's only gone over against the Pelicans in a single coverage Orlando defense. And I guess, last game, Gaffer was out, so he probably should have done a little bit better. I know Jonas was completely dominating. But, I think in general, though, you probably break it down into like poor paint defenses playing 35 plus minutes. He's probably kind of in a better spot right there. So, I mean, just in terms of matchup, I think it's going to be pretty good for Sabonis altogether. Yeah,
no, I agree too. Yeah, Missy is not holding him. Pelicans give up like the second most points in the restricted area. I mean, Sabonis just like if he has a strength advantage on someone, Missy's like skinny as shit. If he has a strength advantage on someone, that's like what makes it a good matchup for him. So yeah, 20 points, he should be able to get that. Okay, we got Dame Lillard, 39.5 PRA. Oh, yeah, against the Wolves. I wouldn't put assists in it. What's his points, though?
28, 29, probably.
28, 27.5 at 365 in ESPN Caesars. I'm a fan of Dame stuff. I mean, he's been going stupid without Giannis. We know that Rudy plays drop. Even like threes, 3.5 threes. That's not a bad look. Yeah, I like Lillard overs.
He should just chuck here, honestly.
6 or 7. Can't complain.
Yeah. PRA, I think, is 100%.
Damn. Yeah. I mean, he's probably been cooking. I mean, drop coverage is pretty good. They've just played like a ton of games. Like, I think this is going to be their 4th game in 6 days or something. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully the Wolves can get a win.
At home, got to. It's got to be that big game to get a win in.
Against the Giannis-less Bucks. Like, please, buddies.
Do you think Bobby Portis gets more run here or nah? Because he's been off the bench and his minutes have not been as good off the bench. Like I played him in that Sixers game off the bench in a buy low situation, and in the first half I was like, this is actually not a good read. Like I don't think he's playing proper minutes. But then Doc decided, we're gonna go double big fourth quarter. He played full 12, and now against Naz Reed, I don't know if they want his size over Kuzma. I don't really know how that's gonna break down. I don't know how it's gonna go.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's actually more of a Kuzma spot because I know like people think about Naz as like the center, Dude, he's really like a guard, to be honest. He just like happens to be like 6'10". Like I think that like Portis is like Portis is way too slow to guard him, in my opinion. And then you might Brook. Yeah, I mean he only played 26 minutes last game. He played 30. So he's probably not gonna get those like massive minute games. Minnesota post up spot. Minnesota's bad for spot up for sure. I know that's a fair bit of his game.
Yep.
I think this is like a tad high, personally. Could be wrong, but what was he playing?
I mean, they've definitely inflated his lines like crazy. Even with, I think he was like 10.5 rebounds last game, so it could be worse. Honestly, like they have him at high spots. They really respect Bobby Portis now, especially with the production that he's had, because he can go crazy. Bobby Portis type of dude that can score 10 points in 1 minute, and he's had a couple of those games, and they said, yeah, we're not gonna let any leeway on him anymore.
Oh, for sure. What do you guys think about Brook to hit 2 threes against Rudy drop?
What's his history against Rudy?
That
doesn't sound bad.
Head to head, you can go to last year. 4 for 10 from deep, 2 for 4. This game was up without Lillard. I don't know. 1.5 seems pretty low, I think, for Brook.
Only thing that weirds me out is 4, 4, and 3 attempts. Like prior to that 10 attempt game, he barely had any attempts. But I don't know. Maybe that's a Lillard thing though, especially because you have to kind of trap Lillard a little bit more.
Yeah. Been pretty good without you. I was actually on his under threes last game. Once I saw Draymond was starting at 5, I'm like, okay, yeah, like dude, this dude needs a non-switchable center to get his threes up. So that was a bad matchup too. I don't know. I think that's interesting, at least an interesting one. Rudy PRA, I don't like it, bro. Maybe his rebounds, because Brook doesn't crash the glass. Actually, these guys don't crash the glass at all. I don't know if you guys peeped that with the Bucks, but
no, they don't.
They give up a shit ton of rebounds.
Only Bobby crashes the glass. The rest of them say, yeah, you guys can have it. You can have it all.
I mean, the Bucks are the worst rebounding team over the last 10.
That's crazy.
Rudy will be very locked into minutes too, just because without Randall at least. But yeah, he played 27 minutes. That was a blowout. 37, 34. I think Rudy's good for 32 plus. Honestly, I'd probably have him for 36. Maybe I'm overstating. Oh wow, still doesn't look good.
He's so washed in rebounding this year. I always try to every time I'm like, yeah, this is a good little Rudy spot. He could get those rebounds going. The charge is pure A. I don't know what's wrong with this guy this season, but 11.5 rebounds. He just doesn't want to rebound sometimes. I know one time they said yeah, we need you to rebound. He had that insane game against Jokic, and I was like, I'm gonna keep this in mind. I think he's gonna cook up. And then he just missed 4 or 5 games in a row after maybe cashing one more. I don't know what's up with Rudy, but it's definitely a good spot though. They do shoot a lot of threes, right? You got AJ Green shooting a bunch of threes, and you got Torian Prince shooting a bunch of threes, GTJ shooting a bunch of threes, and none of those guys crash the glass. So you just kind of have that free rebound for Rudy to get off. If he sags off Brook Lopez, it's gonna be his all day. Him or Naz, especially.
Yeah, because Jaden should take Dame, because Jaden actually has turned into a rebounder, weirdly enough. But yeah, Jaden should be on Dame, which isn't great. Naz was at 6.5 for a while. I think that maybe the books kind of adjusted at 7.5. What about Edwards? Damn, he's at 6.5 too.
Yeah, I think I heard, buddy. They're kind of matchup adjusted here. Everybody's one rebound probably higher than they should be.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, but Rudy PRA, I wouldn't play that. It's a terrible points matchup at least. Just the Bucks don't really allow much in the paint with how Brook defends the rim and plays drop. Oh, Hardenstein stuff. Honestly, you guys, I think this is an interesting one. Without Chet, let's see, they're playing in the Heat. Heat are a good rebounding matchup, or have they been since Ware started moving into the 5?
They're still fine because Ware has not been playing properly the last few games. He's he used to be that guy that they had high usage, right? Hero and him would kind of run a little bit of a 2-man game. There's someone that been on Hero assists for 5-6 games in a row, but then last 2-3 games, it just looks like you can't even notice that Khalil Ware is on the court. Unless maybe a little bit on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, it's he just sits in the corner or he's just sitting on the elbow and he's not really doing anything. It's been a lot more of a Bam Adebayo high usage type of performance over the last few games.
Yeah, I've peeped that too. Do you guys like Hardenstein? I don't know. I feel like I get. Yeah, I mean, I wish it was on the road, right? I mean,
yeah.
OKC at home is just like they win by 30 every game. It seems like. So,
yeah, what if you do like PR, right, for Hartenstein or rebounds for Hartenstein, and you say in games won by 10 or more points? Oh, his PR is completely patched. It was 20.5 last night. That's where everybody ran. But yeah, 11 and 21. That's where the issue becomes, right? It's really, bro. OKC has been unbettable for me. This team is blowing out everybody. Unless I'm taking unders, I'm not playing this team. Unless it's like against the Celtics or something. Because I don't know what's up with this team. You got Aaron Wiggins making every single three. Like he's like I don't know. He's like fucking Curry out there.
I thought about taking Aaron Wiggins last game, and it pissed me off. I didn't.
Oh, Wiggins is good. I think Will was the one texting me about that. He was telling me if Wiggins is the guy to take today.
Yeah.
Guys, what about like Herro under PRA?
In this spot, it's not bad. He's coming off illness as well. Is he questionable or is he in?
He's questionable.
I guess I'm wondering, but it's a good spot for him for under.
I get that he's been better, but dude, I mean, like the OKC bumps are like absurd, Like,
yeah, I mean, plus Wiggins is in now, so maybe take some usage from him as well, and Davion.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like a clear-cut number one option guard versus OKC, dude, like you're getting blitzed at will, and I just don't think Herro can handle that whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean, he's had the Nets were the one blitzing him last game, and he went 6 of 22 shooting, and they were just not good shots. He was taking some really bad shots. He probably should have passed the ball a lot more. I mean, I'm biased, right? I was on over 6.5 assists, but he should have passed the ball more, right? Should have passed the ball more, but he wasn't passing. He was struggling a lot. He was taking a lot of contested shots. And I mean, I don't know. I'm a big fan of Herro's game though, but it's really just, it is definitely a tough spot for him to kind of get going. And 34.5 is a pretty favorable line for him. Plus, if it goes into blowout, heading into All-Star break, I wouldn't be surprised if Spoelstra pulls the plug a little early. It's not really one of these games where I think they're going all out. DraftKings is always off market. It's always interesting.
They are. Yeah. I don't know. DraftKings thinks that they're like super sharp or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, bro.
But yeah, this 33.5 is calling my name, dude. I'm not going to lie. Like, what's the OKC injury report? Just no Chet, which like that's fine.
Just no Chet, yeah. And that's because they run it back to back. So Chet will just play tomorrow.
Okay.
Kaysen, I guess, out. But that's not really been a big issue for him.
No, they still have Caruso and Dort and a Caruso or Dort will be on him at all times.
Yeah, Caruso back's actually huge. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm gonna play his under actually. I think that this is just like way too high. I don't think it's like way too high, but like I don't know.
Illness always has upside as well.
We haven't seen him play with Wiggs either. Who knows? Wiggs might, he's like another. I mean, he's a way higher usage guy than like a Duncan Robinson or something.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm gonna play this under. I think he's going to get blitzed at will. Let's see. Okay, yep. Official play for me. Herro under 33.5 PRA minus 111 at FanDuel. I'll get that typed up. JJ, do you want to quick start us on this one? Goga over 14.5 PR.
Oh. Their centers are so interesting because they always ride with the hot hand. So it's super hard to predict.
Goga's a weird one. I was looking at him last night. He played 17 minutes last game. Like, bro, I don't know what they do sometimes, right? They run Wendell for the entire fourth quarter, and I think it's just a hot hand situation. Hot hand situations are always tough for me. I mean, you need high production from that first center in that first shift, and if they struggle, you're cooked. Like, the entire bet's already done for.
Yeah,
Goga's gonna be an interesting one. I mean, I guess Charlotte, right? So it's a good matchup. I think Musa's also questionable, so we might see Taj Gibson minutes or Nurkic. I guess Nurkic is questionable, or Nurkic is in, but he's limited. So Taj Gibson and Nurkic if Musa's out. I mean, it's got to be a good matchup. It's just more of you trust Goga. Yeah, you trust him. I don't trust him personally. I'm not putting my hard-earned money on him, bro. But I think it's in terms of matchup and stuff, it can't be that much worse. I mean, it can't get much better. So yeah, I don't think it can be that bad.
Yeah, if you think he starts off good, play it. If not, you're just gonna be playing a very dangerous game here at Russian Roulette.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know. I mean, who even did it? Was it just Wendell last game that completely took over? It's always
like Wendell's been doing good off the bench lately.
They played the entire fourth quarter. God damn, man. Goga's just it's just too weird of a rotation. If you can get a player cut like that, I mean that's just. Oh, he didn't play the entire fourth quarter. Jonathan Isaac ran the 5 last game. That's another variable. There's just no way. You're like, and especially if they run like Taj Gibson, they get him off and they run like Saloon at the 5, then they can just run Isaac and just completely dominate. So I think there's just so many ways for his minutes to be cut in this situation.
Yeah,
way too many ways for his minutes to be cut.
For sure. All right, guys, I want to quick take a break from the questions. I'm really interested in this Lakers Utah game because two guys who I actually like wanted to kind of bet on, DFS and Gabe Vincent, are both out. Just because like I feel like they're gonna get Luka and LeBron are so good at generating open threes for people, and with those two guys out, it's like someone's gonna get open threes, and I think that Rui kind of makes sense. I don't know if like his line got a little bit juiced, but do you guys have any Lakers Jazz thoughts, specifically like Lakers players?
I like Rui, but minus 160 probably pass off it. I know he's minus 135 last night, so that's pretty good. You're not going to get Jordan Goodwin props because I think he's on a 10-day, right? So you probably won't get his props. So say like maybe flip for 365, maybe at the best. Maybe flip an underdog, actually, not even 365. Reeves could shoot threes if Luka's in. I think how many attempts did he have last game? Maybe 8?
He only had 5, but I was thinking the same thing, to be honest.
Yeah, it's the same type of angle. Reeves is also like completely in confident mode right now after that 40-point game. He's been just kind of balling, but I think it's Rui. But who takes these minutes though for Gabe Vincent? Dalton Connect probably, but there's no way you can pay me to bet on Connect right now. There's just absolutely no way. The way that he's checked out, unless he just comes out with a little bit of vengeance.
Dude, but Connect against the Jazz, this Jazz are actually like a perfect matchup for Connect, especially playing alongside like Luka and Bron or one of the two.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, sure. I wonder, dude, if they give a discount on Connect, like a fucking like 6.5, 7, like or something like that, I'll play it, to be honest.
Yeah. Volume's gonna be there. Can you do it? It's really kind of my question.
Yeah. What about Luka stuff? Do you guys? I actually really like Luka's unders, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I think I bet his overs last game, 26.5 points. And his minutes were there though, but watching him, he definitely did not look like there was no emphasis for him, right? You normally see like a guy like Luka, I'm expecting emphasis to get him the ball. There's no emphasis in him last game. They were kind of just like, let everybody, it's more like, we don't want to show off Luka. It's more of, we just want to get Luka acclimated, right? And you got guys like that. When that kind of situation happens, you're just kind of, it's never a really good bet for his overs. I know people cashed on his under parlays, he'd run under points, rebounds, assists. I don't think stocks worked out, but they were pretty good odd plays and they were all hitting. Now he's back at 39.5, coming off 2 days rest. You head into that all-star break. That's kind of where you want him to go. He was doing jumping jacks to get back into conditioning, like in the between timeouts. 39.5 is kind of insane. Like, I don't want to fade Luka Doncic, but like, I don't blame you. Like, I think there's value because his lines are pretty much at max price for like maybe like a 30-minute stint, and I don't think he's going to increase here because you'd rather go into the All-Star break than come out and increase him a little bit more because that's kind of the best way to do it for them. Yeah,
100%. What I saw from Luka is that he looked like someone who was like like Luka, his whole career, it's been like his team, right? Like he's the system, it's his team. He looked like he like didn't want to be the guy. He looked like he was like, okay, like I'm playing alongside LeBron. Like we're playing the Jazz. I don't need to be the system. He looked like he was. I'm not saying he was like a role player or anything, but he wasn't the same Luka system from Dallas. That's for sure.
Yeah.
JJ, what do you think about? Do you have any Lakers stuff overall or Luka stuff, or what do you think? And do you like anything from this game?
I like the threes aspect from the Lakers. I just think like Luka's gravitational pull, like it just opened up a ton of looks for them. But I was thinking Rui as well, but at those prices, I'd probably stay away a little bit. But
Rui's a great ladder candidate, though. I think like a 3 or 4.3 game wouldn't super surprise me.
That's kind of where I'm at too.
What about A1, dude? Our boy. What happened? What did they do to our boy?
Bro, you living at 9.5 last night. Who did that, bro? Like, I don't know who. Like, there's got to be some guy that's been looking at this shit. He's like, yeah, we're done with this. He's been cooking too much. I don't know why last game made them decide to do it. Like, it's probably one of his worst games in the first half. They decided to bump him up. I still want to play him though. I ain't gonna lie. I still want to play him for fun. I don't care. 8.5 assists. I'll put some personal coin on it even if I'm not gonna play him. mean, there's no way I don't think I play. There's no way I play him here. I think it's so tough to say that, but I watched that first half. He got a lot of those garbage time assists. His teammates were missing shots, but they were also denying actions, right? I've never seen a Lakers team this energized defensively. And I put a tweet on that. Bro, I'm watching LeBron in that complete stance, switching on everybody, pushing everybody. Like Kyle Kuzma pushed him one time on defense, right? Or was he I don't know, pushing anybody. He was pushing people on defense. He was like, yeah, you get over here, you do this. We're making sure that we're going to kind of show out. I don't know if he's trying to show out for Luka or whatever he's doing, but it was working. I mean, they were denying the easy passes. They were denying marking and off ball. Like what Collier likes to do is they like to run this back end action where they allow Markkanen to cut. It's an easy lob. Lakers were covering that up. You come off the screen, John Collins, you kind of have him in a pull up. That was covered up. You have a couple corner threes that they kind of leaked the corner threes pretty much. That's kind of how the Lakers roll. I mean, it was there, but the teammates were kind of missing shots. I think my favorite look though in this one would be John Collins RA. I don't know if he bumped at all. Okay, so 8.5. It's a pretty respectable line. So I played at 7 plus rebounds like an SGP for fun for that DK 77% boost. RA for John Collins is an interesting one for me. You kind of see his recent production has been a little bit weird. I can't really give you a reason why. I can't attribute anything to it, but I will say he guards Rui Hachimura in these situations. And when you got a guy like Rui, like Markkanen's on LeBron, John Collins is on Rui, and that just means automatic weak side rebounds for him, right? You got Jackson Hayes, Walker Kessler kind of to step up to guard Luka. He's going to kind of step up to guard LeBron. It allows there to be a lot of weak side rebounds for John Collins. And 11 rebounds in a game where 11 rebounds in a game like this where they were getting completely blown out is pretty respectable. He didn't do as good in the second half because Walker Kessler was dominating, but they're really easy defensive rebounds for him. And even on the offensive end, they ran Jackson Hayes off some of these times. So you don't really have a center in there. That's just kind of easy offensive rebounds for him. He's always active, John Collins. I don't know. He likes being on this Utah team. In the Hawks, he would always get disengaged, but here he's pretty active. It's just more of why has he been struggling lately? And, how would you feel like, even his assists have a little bit of upside. I think 7.5 is a good number though for RA, or 8.5. I mean, it's a good number for RA.
No, that makes a ton of sense. And look, LeBron and Luka, yeah, dude, they were playing hard. It was a home game. The fucking crowd was fired up. Like, honestly, A1, I was on Collier PRA, and I noticed that. I'm like, oh, dude, this game kind of seems like it's like too big of a spot for the Rook. Like in the first half, like the whole Jazz team just looked like out of sort. I would expect a little less intensity from the Lakers. It's in Utah, second game now. You got to remember, like if Collins crashes the offensive glass, and it's like LeBron and Luka are like the guys who just like guard the corner campers. Those guys don't box out, bro. They just like turn around and like look. So I feel like this Lakers team could be pretty vulnerable on the offensive glass too. And if he's guarding Rui on defense, I could definitely get behind that. JJ, do you have any thoughts on that?
I feel like A1 covered every single point here. Like I agree with what he's saying. I can't find any counter arguments to why he would like go under that 8.5 RA line. Yeah, it's just one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't even know like why he's been under though in like these games. Like it's like that's my weird thing, right? I was just like, why are you missing?
Not converting on those rebounds for some reason, but he's getting a ton of rebound chances.
Yeah, that was a tougher part for me. I don't really know. I was just like, that's kind of what held me back last night. I was like, I kind of see him missing these games, and last game, like I said, second half it was a Walker Kessler show, so it's like, will it be a Walker Kessler show again, maybe throughout the game, especially if they're missing shots? But I don't really know. I think that was just probably my favorite look out of all of these, just because I think that I probably do want to back Utah in some sort of manner here, right? It's not going to be as much of a blowout. Also, the thing is, even if it is a blowout, Will Hardy does not care, bro. Running out there, Collier 12 minutes, that's a go, coach, man. You just running John Collins 36 minutes in a 20-point blowout. I mean, yeah, you got it, bro. He kind of lets these guys run, and I think that's a pretty good spot. I don't know if the Jazz are on a back-to-back, though. They might be. Oh, they are on a back-to-back. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Maybe that does affect the blowout minutes a little bit, though. That might be the only thing, but it shouldn't be a blowout. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't really. Laurie's at 4.5 rebounds. That sounds crazy. I mean, holy crap. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into some more questions. What was the last one? Okay. What do you think about Clay over 2.5 threes?
Warriors matchup.
Golden State does give up a ton of spot ups. Oh yeah, Clay against what? Shit, Clay against the Dubs. He's gonna be up for it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think it's his minutes. I don't know. I don't know if y'all been watching Mavericks games. I don't really understand the rotation that much. Like for a guy like Clay, like his minutes aren't 30 plus, right? Like you got Max Christie playing so many. I don't really know how to attack that. That's probably my biggest issue there.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I would think that if there's a game where Kid lets Clay, play a little bit, it would be, against the Warriors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know they've already played twice, but still, it's going to be like a special game for Clay, just going up against Steph and stuff. So I personally lean over. I agree with A1 though. It's like Max Christie's a demon, and he's been getting a whole lot of run. Dante Exum is even back in the mix. I think PJ Washington's questionable, and he's missed the last couple games.
So I would just sprinkle a ladder on here just for the matchup itself going against Golden State. Outside of that, I mean, at minus 154, I wouldn't take the straight line.
Yeah, you got nuked last night. Clay against the Warriors, but that's the first thing everybody's gonna be checking, right? So that was completely nuked. I think it opened like minus 140, and it's just completely gone away. I mean, I think I would definitely agree though. Maybe just run a little bit of Rui Clay ladder action a little bit. Maybe you run that a little bit, like kind of have a little bit of fun. I might even do like John Collins 10 plus rebounds, Rui 3 plus threes, and maybe Clay 4 plus threes for a little bit of fun. Like that's kind of something I'd run just like late night lotto. But I think there's definitely ladder upside over a regular line. Minus 160 on a threes bet would be my favorite way to attack a prop.
Yeah, I mean, who's running the 5 for the Mavericks last game once Gafford got hurt?
It's small ball stuff, so they're going to be switching everything, which is switching everything, terrible for assists, great for high usage guys.
Prosper.
Yeah, it's going to be Prosper. They have like this Kelly dude who like I don't even know.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking from like a rebounds perspective.
Kyler played 2 minutes. Prosper played. Oh my god, he played so many minutes. He was barely sitting. He played everything. Ridiculous amount. I wonder what his props are going to be.
What do you guys think about rebounds maybe? But PJ also didn't play. I'm sure if PJ plays, he's going to be small ball 5 a lot.
Kid doesn't limit that much, right? Minutes wise, when people come back, he doesn't limit too much. I know he limited Clay.
We saw that from AD. He ain't limit shit.
Yeah, that's where I think 8.5 rebounds. I wonder what his per 36 stats look like. It's got to be crazy without Gafford and Lively on the court. I don't know how many minutes it probably is, but per 36 might be insane.
Bro,
without Luka too.
What do you guys think about Draymond unders? Bro, Draymond against like switching defenses can't do anything.
Yeah, they won't. Unless they leave him open from 3, which they probably won't. I mean, there's no big man to help off of against the Warriors. It's actually a really good matchup for the Mavericks. If there's any team that you kind of want to play with your defense, cutting into this game without a big man, heading into All-Star break, it's probably the Warriors because it's a tough one. But you don't have to switch on anybody, especially if they run Draymond at the 5 or even post at the 5. You don't really need that help inside at all.
Yeah.
Do you guys like Draymond under PRA? 22.5. But...
How many chances has he been getting last 2 games without Jimmy? I know his assist chances have been good though. He's not been converting on his assists, but again, like it's not really a good matchup.
His
for him
rebounds
anyway.
have been down.
Oh yeah.
What if you do PR?
Yes, like this. A lot of Draymond's points are just like 3-point variants, to be honest.
If he hits his threes, you're cooked. But...
Yeah, that's facts. He hits that.
PR at 6.5 so random though.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. I mean, he's a good handoff guy. Like, there's a system that me and this guy created. It's Draymond against non-top 10 handoff teams, right? Anytime he's 5.5, 4.5 against non-top 10 handoff teams, I think the Mavericks are 11th, so I probably wouldn't even mess around with it. He does not get assists either. He struggles big time against handoff teams. Yeah, they're 11th. Even better, even probably better today. I mean, no big man. You can switch on everything. Probably going to be even better. So, I mean, it is a really bad spot for Draymond. Plus, I mean, I don't know. The first time you clicked on that line, I was like, I don't know what, 22.5 is a pretty random line overall.
It's usually like 20.5 or something.
Yeah, so I don't know why it's 22. It's random.
I think there's like some decent stuff. Like even like just like random stuff. Like how is Pods going to get assists? Like when they're switching everything. I mean, that's like makes it way easier to guard off ball screens and stuff too. You just switch it,
Yeah. Maybe a big day for Jimmy probably inside scoring wise. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna stop Jimmy. He's just gonna attack that paint. He's gonna try to draw fouls the entire time. Just the matter is, can he? Because look at those free throw attempts, bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
15 and 13
I
free throw
guess it's
attempts.
like, if he gets to the free throw line, then he's going over his points. But if not, then it could be tough. But
what about Curry under assists too? Under 5.5. I mean,
What's
8
his
potentials.
Yeah.
10 against the Bulls. He only had he went over against the Bulls. Bulls are like the easiest matchup.
I mean, I don't see them trapping Curry, but I mean, all his assists are coming off Quinton Post these days. Kick it out to Post for 3, but there's no big man that's going to be like kind of helping off. Like they're probably going to do more like weak side defense rather than like coming off the pick and roll. The guy that's off the big man, the technical big man is going to help, and then they're just going to leave Post open. They're probably going to run more of a switching defense with backside help. So that's actually really bad for his assists. Plus, he's not going to be on ball as much. It's a lot more like off ball actions now because when you got a guy like Jimmy, you could kind of free him up a lot more. Teams just can't blitz him completely. And if they do blitz him, it's just going to be Jimmy Day the entire way. He's just going to draw fouls all day inside. That's going to be a complete domination for him.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. With Draymond, okay, he's over in more than that. So it's not like, but it is plus money too. It's not like, I don't know. I'll probably end up doing some under assist stuff for some Warrior or like an over Jimmy or something like that. I think that stuff is interesting though. Whenever you get like a no center team, you just know that they're going to be switching like literally everything. Does anyone crash the offensive glass? Is Jimmy?
Ross game, I guess.
Because I would think that the Warriors kind of match it with the small.
This is a really good head-to-head matchup. Like, these teams kind of like I think this is a great spot for the Mavericks. If there was any team I'd want to face that's not like a bad team, like it's not the Washington Wizards, right? It'd probably be the Warriors. I think this is a good matchup for your guys to kind of match up one-on-one. I wanted to play Kyrie so bad, but at 27.5 points, they give me no option to play him. Like, it's ridiculous. Because if you look at Dame and Kobe White and all these guards against the Warriors, it's been insane. Jordan Clarkson dropped 30. Keontae George dropped 25. Dame just dropped like 30-something. You had Kobe White drop 5 threes as well. They've been struggling against pull-up guards for some reason. Like, even with Draymond in the lineup, they're struggling against pull-up guards. They're kind of playing drop, kind of compensating for their inside defense because Quinton Post has no interior defense at all.
Yeah.
And these guards have just been dominating. I'm not really able to figure out, pinpoint the exact reason why. There's just no way in hell I'm playing Kyrie at 27.5. But it's definitely like maybe a new system to attack guards against the Warriors. And that's kind of something I want to check out a little bit more because it's been over the last like 7 to 8 games that Post has been playing consistently that these guards have just been going off. I don't know exactly what it is.
What do you guys think about maybe like Healed under? I feel like he would be like the one if everything's getting switched, right? Like that's bad for Healed.
How's his volume been the last 2 games overall?
He played the Bulls and Bucks, who are 2 really bad, especially the Bucks.
Yeah.
So these are great matchups.
7 potential assists, bro.
Yeah, where is that coming from? 6 potential
6?
assists?
Like
I said, I don't like Buddies. And Buddy, like Steve Kerr is so fucking weird.
Good count him. No doubt.
I feel like Buddy Hield could just like he's always due for like a random 18-minute game. Maybe that's not the case anymore. Let's see. They started Moody and they have Pods, so they've actually been kind of cutting it down. I actually like that.
Yeah, Not a Soul has been playing more.
Yeah. No, I actually like this. Good. Done with the GP2 shit. Done with the GP2
shit. Guy Santos not playing that much is interesting to me, though. I mean, he's been playing really good. I guess maybe he's been struggling over the stretch, but he's been a good addition for them in some areas.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That game's gonna be interesting. I probably want to research that. I want to do a little bit of film watching for that because I mean, in terms of like the aspects that you're saying about like the under assist, somebody has value. You just gotta figure out who it's gonna be is the only question because this is not gonna be a good matchup for the Warriors to just kind of 3-ball chuck. So something's gonna come up and arise. Probably maybe I want to see if PJ Washington's gonna be in or out as well because I want to see if that's gonna break down.
He's gonna be playing a lot of center if he's in. Okay. Holy crap, we got a ton of questions. A1, how much time do you have today?
I'm good for a minute, honestly.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to lab this slate pretty much all day in terms of getting the volume out.
Yeah. Jaden McDaniels rebounds and assists. Like I said, I'd probably stay off it. I think he guards Dame, or he's gonna guard Dame. Well, is he? Maybe Nikhil does. There's a chance that he guards Dame. I would just stay away from it, personally. You guys got any thoughts on that?
No, I probably agree with you. I mean, you're the Timberwolves expert.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Well, Mike Conley's questionable, so I was gonna say I could see Nikhil guarding Dame a bit.
So I guess it just depends on injuries.
Yeah. Aaron Wiggins stuff. Miami gives up a fair bit of catch and shoot, don't they?
It's Aaron Wiggins is interesting because he doesn't play blowout, by the way. That's the revelation that makes it tough.
Holy crap.
Like
He's so good.
He does not play that much blowout. But his minutes can be crazy if he doesn't play blowout. Or if he does. If the game's close, I mean. Let me check actually.
He's been insane, dude. My goodness.
It's him. Yeah, that Memphis game was not a blowout technically, so he just completely dominated in minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If he played blowout, I think I'd have ran him last night for sure. It's a complete guarantee minutes. Because at that point, right, like if I played Aaron Wiggins, I think I'd rather play Hartenstein. That's where it came for me. It was like, do I want to play Hartenstein or Aaron Wiggins? But I was just like, 13-point spread, I'll just stay on with both. But now that Hartenstein's bumped, it's probably a better Wiggins spot in general in terms of value.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it makes sense. He's been out of his mind, bro.
He's ridiculous. That 41-point game kicked in something for him.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Steph threes on the road. Is that a thing? I think that Steph is just like, now that he has a legit person with gravity around him, like he's just like he's back to normal Steph.
Yeah, he's in. Oh, god damn.
He got up 16 threes, 20 threes. Holy shit, buddy. I mean, he's gotten up.
That's 23s in here, bro.
He's gotten up 18, 20, 16, and 16 threes.
Yeah, actually, this matchup. I think it's your Steph.
Solid matchup.
They're third above the break, but I don't know how you could probably take a lot more isolation scoring here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I said, if we don't like the Buddy Hields and stuff, then like it's gonna be like Curry having to ISO. Even Jimmy Butler. I really think that Jimmy's at 19.5 is a solid spot.
His usage has been insane.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Look at like the last 38%, 41, 31, 33. That is absolutely insane.
I always thought it was interesting how his points went up when Jimmy came in, and then they showed me, bro. It's crazy. His points went up like 2 points once Jimmy got into the lineup instead of going down or staying the same.
Yeah, but books are sharp. Let's see. 3-point. We could do like with 12 plus 3-pointers attempted. Still not even that good. Look, I don't think there's really a good way to justify it with like a graph. Jimmy's effect on the spacing, and playing Buddy now too. Buddy just helps with that. Yeah, I think Steph makes sense. I lean over.
Probably the same way.
Bobby Portis 2.5 assists. Nah, I probably would stay away. I mean, I don't know how to handicap that.
He only had 2 potentials last game. And then again, his minutes are just not guaranteed in any manner. He does run that second unit, especially with Dame off for a little bit. But, I watched that Philly game pretty much all throughout it. And I don't know. It wasn't like at plus 130 is actually not bad at all. But if you kind of just break down Bobby's, like the fact that he's off the bench kills a lot of the value. A lot of those games right there as well. Dame was out for a couple of them for what it's worth.
Yeah.
So.
But I think that no Chris is probably solid. But
yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, they use him as a hub in the post though, so it's kind of the thing is he hits spot ups and he hits cutters, and I think Minnesota's defense is like strong against both. So it kind of hurts him a bit.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. JJ cat stuff.
I mean, he just had a long ass game.
Yeah.
38 minutes last game. I don't know.
He's off the injury report. So I think he's like fully healthy now. Oh, I mean, fully healthy to where they're not going to limit him out for what he's worth.
Yeah.
Well, I think the Knicks haven't submitted an injury report though yet. I think that could maybe.
They had him, but like it was like the first time in like a month he wasn't on the injury report last game. Like he's been always like questionable, probable, but now they said forget it, no more injury reports for him unless he sits for obvious reasons.
I'm always curious, like right before All-Star break, like how cautious are they with games and stuff?
If there was one coach to not be cautious, it would be this guy.
Yeah, they've been on his ass lately, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I don't really have a thought on Cat. J-Man got Karras at 7.5.
I think he might be last game.
Oh,
but if he does, last game he'd be fire.
I mean, these questions are super old. Brunson points. Yeah, I think that it's a fine spot for Brunson, right? I mean, he only played 23 minutes last game. So if anyone's got fresh legs, it's him.
25.5.
Yeah.
OG is still out, correct?
Yeah, OG should be out here, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why they gave him a questionable tag last game when they already said.
Yeah, they're doing all that for nothing. Like, literally for nothing. I mean, like, stay off it for a bit. I was like, I don't want to see this guy in.
Atlanta's catch and shoot defense has been good recently, I believe.
It's weird, dude. I don't know what's up with that.
So, that's good for Brunson, right? That this motherfucker ain't catching and shooting.
Like pull up spot for him.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not a good matchup for him yesterday anyway, even without the foul troubles, but he was still taking shots. So, I mean,
at the Garden, this is like a good spot. It's like against a shitty team, but like the game will probably be close due to the spot. And I feel like Brunson just like takes over and spot. Like I feel like the perfect spot to back a star is when you're playing against like a terrible team, but like the game stays close, you know?
Yeah, I mean he dropped 30. Like the first 14-point game, I backed him in against Atlanta, and they were trapping him like crazy. But then last game, they said nah. It's them in Toronto, the Hawks in Toronto. They've switched up their scheme big time. Toronto used to double a lot the stars and let everybody else cook. Now Toronto doesn't double at all. And the Hawks the same type of way. They used to allow a lot of catch and shoot. Now they kind of let the stars cook a little bit. It could be a good spot for Brunson. Plus, a couple of those lines were kind of low. The books are all kind of disagreeing on him a little bit.
Yeah. Dyson will probably guard him, which isn't great, but
he's better than Dyson though. So I think he'd be fine.
Yeah. As long as he gets single covers, that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
Dyson rebounds 5.5. Look, I know he had that quote saying he is going to rebound more without Jaylen Johnson, and literally since then he's been an absolute wagon. However, I just don't bet on rebounds guys when I know that they're going to guard an ultra high usage person personally.
Plus, guard rebounds are always tough, bro. I mean, I've bet guard rebounds the last few days, and it's not been enjoyable. It's always so enjoyable because, I watch Emmanuel quickly under the rim, ready for that rebound, and Scottie Barnes like, yeah, hell no, you're not taking that. Just grabs it from him. And that's just how it always works with guard rebounds. But I mean, Dyson's definitely a decent guy. But like you said, it's the matchup. How's he done against the Knicks this season? 7 and 4? Yeah, it's not even that. It's not really it's not at all.
All the games were Jaylen Johnson, though, if that makes a difference. But
it does help. I mean, weak side, it's always weak side rebounds versus the Knicks. Whoever isn't going to guard Cat.
Reese-Shea?
Probably a bad spot on Yeka, honestly.
Oh, Reese. What is going on with
Zach is cooked 18 minutes last game. Like, bro, they do not care,
what's
bro.
Snyder doing, bro? Like, he's your number one pick. That's so weird.
Really insane. They said, like, we're going to run Levert and Terrence Mann more. Like, what are we doing? Like, 28-year-old Terrence Mann. It's crazy.
I guess they don't have their picks, so they're trying to win games. But so Mercedes Brown RA, I'd say you have to wait for MPJ news because MPJ is a big-time weak side rebounder, hog. I was on Aaron Gordon over 5.5 rebounds last game. That dude doesn't try to rebound. It's actually ridiculous. I don't know what happened.
That's what somebody was telling me the same thing last game. They were like, I'm gonna run Aaron Gordon PRA. They watched the film. He's like out of it, bro. It's like he doesn't he's hurt. He's so hurt. He doesn't care anymore. He doesn't want it. Doesn't want to do it at all.
Yeah, no, he the way he's moving, bro, he's like so stiff nowadays.
God.
Like, yeah, I agree with that. But the thing is, I bet his rebounds without Porter against the Suns, and he had 10 in like 24 minutes. I didn't watch the game though, so I'm like, okay. So
I do remember that one because I saw 5.5. I was gonna play him, and I was like, all right, well, he's not been rebounding. What's the point? And then he was just dominating the entire first half. I mean, he got some offensive boards for what it's worth because I was looking on Real, and he got a lot of offensive boards. But like, I don't know. I don't know how he got. Maybe it was like long rebounds or like it just kind of fell into his lap a little bit. But sure.
So yeah, Brown. I think that Brown RA makes maybe just rebounds though. I don't really like assists against Portland.
Never.
What's
MPJ's probably back here, right?
Maybe he's dealing with a hamstring issue. It kind of makes sense just to rest him.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I mean, Braun guards. Was it Simons? He guards. I think it's Simons. One of the guards. That's the only issue for me when it comes to him. Like, it's actually just such a great Jokic rebounding spot. Like, this is just pure Jokic, but he just doesn't care anymore either. Like, none of these dudes care. Jokic, like, I can never imagine the last time I saw Jokic just not be like, he struggles to get triple doubles because he can't get 10 rebounds, not because he can't get 10 assists, because he can't get rebounds. Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's weird. Klingon also will just like stay under the rim and like contest every offensive rebound. At least I think. I could be wrong. Do you like Klingon stuff? Do you guys like Klingon stuff, JJ or anyone?
PRA. 17.5 PRA is pretty good. I probably guess he bumped now.
Yeah.
He scored like easy. Jokic does not care, bro. Watching back the film, Jokic is like, yeah, y'all can have the lob. Y'all can have the 3-pointer. Y'all can have whatever y'all want. DeAndre Jordan plus off the bench unit. None of these guys care. So it's really just free buckets for him. And then rebounding end if he leaves Jokic. The only thing is, I don't know if they leave Jokic open again. He dropped 40 on their head. I don't know. Maybe he plays up a little bit here. And that's, again, where that kind of feeds into that Deni RA narrative where he already did good rebounding. Now you can probably see a little bit more closure onto that Jokic for 3. So that could be a little bit more that could be a little bit better for Deni off that weak side rebound if Klingon has to step up a little bit.
No, for sure. Yeah, well, what is Jokic's threes? I mean, if Klingon's guarding him, dude, Klingon, like, he's gonna have an open 3 every single time if he wants to take
For what it's worth, one of those threes was a 100% contested 2K shot in the corner.
Oh,
he just picked it up, and he hit that. So I don't know. Jokic is just ridiculous.
JJ, do you have any thoughts for this game?
I mean, Donovan's always like a nice spot going against Denver. Curious about if MPJ plays, might take Jokic under assists.
Yeah. Wait, if he plays?
I mean, if he doesn't play.
Yeah. I like that one.
Outside of that, I gotta watch the film back, see what happened with Simons with his assists, because he only had surprisingly 1 potential.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, this game is going to be interesting. I think is the spread like what, 12 probably? No one knows.
Yeah, 11.5.
Always tough one, always. As well. It's going to be not really the best one.
Do we have any Reeves thoughts, RA?
I mean, I think his rebounding was crazy last game, 9. Plus, if there is a chance that Luka misses the game, that's going to be a complete buy low of the year. But
dude.
The thing about Reeves is you kind of saw it last game. He was kind of make people know. He was trying to let people know. It was kind of like, I'm still here. He had that ball. It wasn't like he was deferring to Luka and said, Luka, here, you run the offense. He's like, yeah, come give me the screen, Roy. Let me kind of do what I need to do. That's it. And he also gets minutes without both of them on the court. He has to play with Braun a little bit, but Braun kind of defers it to him. He still has his opportunity. Luka on restriction as well helps that a lot. It's just I think 9.5 is good, but it's more of you need that rebounding from him. 9 rebounds last game is good, but like you said, probably going to be a little bit better effort here from Utah. Those rebounds are kind of going to drop a little bit. 3.5 is just a low line, for rebound edge, so it can't be too bad.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. I think that because I don't like it when Luka and LeBron they don't box out. They just grab uncontested rebounds and shit. And you're not gonna really get those uncontested rebounds with how Utah crashes the offensive glass. So it's rebounds just randomly get slapped around and picked up by guards and shit like that. I don't know.
The thing about Braun is, bro, I played Reeves already in that Warriors game, right, where he got 7. Bro, I don't know what was going on. He had Reeves box out Draymond Green and all these guys, Kevon Looney, and LeBron was just let me take these rebounds. It's like LeBron, I'm telling you, it's since Luka has come onto this team, he's been sitting on that sideline. He just wants to show out for this guy, bro. I mean, I've never seen LeBron this locked, in a regular season stretch where he's just completely trying to dominate consistently. I don't know what it's about. It's insane. His effort, his intensity in all these games. It's just like he's completely picking it up. And that's like one of the one things. He had 7 rebounds himself. I wonder how many rebounds Reeves got in that fourth quarter after LeBron dipped. I want to see. If he stat padded rebounds a little bit, that would not be the best.
LeBron had an ab injury, right? Didn't he like leave?
Yeah, but he's good. He's probable.
Okay.
No, Reeves got all his rebounds in the first half. 7 rebounds. Damn. 7 rebounds is crazy. Jordan Goodwin is going to be huge today. I wish we got his props. That guy is playing for his contract. So he's playing like crazy. He's doing everything he can to do something. He had 8 rebounds last game, 17 points. I mean, I don't know. The guy's doing everything he can to make sure he can get that contract going. Players like that with the motivation under him, it's always better to bet him because they're going to be putting the most effort out of anybody on that court.
Fucking Jonte Porter, man.
I know he fucked up everything. For real. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, we talked about Jimmy stuff. I think we like Jimmy points. I kind of like his rebounds too a little bit. Jimmy's weird though with rebounding sometimes, but I definitely like Jimmy stuff. You guys said you guys lean over on his points?
Yeah, for free throws. I mean, his free throws should be there, so I'm with it. I think the interesting game would be Houston Phoenix. They just had those lines uploaded, I think, this morning. Trying to see what, like, I don't know who to attack there in that game. Single coverage game. Tyus Jones, 6.5 assists is patched. There's no way I'm running him in this situation. He's 5.5. Here's the thing, right? Beal's not going to be here. Would you run Tyus Jones knowing that he's like the wagon of the season, like kind of without like in terms of player being out, with Durant, without Beal? I mean, the guy's he's a stud. Yeah. It's just, do you trust him in this spot against the Houston team that's so good at switching? They've been allowing assists though, like quickly at 3-on-13 potentials and stuff, but I don't know. It's a tough one. Yeah, plus, Houston's on a back-to-back for what it's worth.
Houston's defense has just been bad without Fred VanVleet.
I mean, 8.5 RA, guys.
Because I took RA last game once it like bumped up.
Yeah, quickly had 8 rebounds and 3 assists for what it's worth. Dallas, Kyrie, 2 rebounds, 6 assists. Except I think he did a little bit better with 80 in the lineup. And 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Conley, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. I mean, it's not bad production. It's just not elite, right? Brooklyn. Yeah. D'Lo, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Like, it's there. It's just, that's why I kind of wonder, like, do I want to run it back or not, right? And it's just, if there was any team besides Houston, this is already locked in. I'm already posted to the court. I'm already hyped about this spot, and I already think it's a pre-cash. But, in this spot, I don't know if I want to play him in any manner. I think Sengun practiced yesterday, so probably should be okay today.
I mean, he left. He looked pretty bad on Sunday.
Yeah, he did when he played, yeah.
I was going to say, Tari Eason, 6.5 rebounds is interesting. If you think that Sengun might be limited to an extent, I think he's been starting anyways. Tari has.
Yeah, he's been.
This Suns team is like ass at rebounding.
Bull day.
Bull. Okay. I don't know. Tari Eason rebound just make sense to me. I could be wrong. Even I could see him getting out.
Bobo sucks on defense, though. That's the only thing. Like, he's good at blocking teams, but he just doesn't have any effort. If he shows effort, then it's a different story. But
yeah,
pure gut feeling, I think it's a good Amen Thompson spot, but I don't think I want to back him. I think like his rebounds would be really good here, but he has to probably guard Booker, right? So
yeah,
it's the only time. Actually, yeah, Brooks probably gets KD.
Brooks gets KD, and then so Tari probably is just weak side shit, I would assume.
Or does Tari get KD and then Booker gets guarded by Brooks?
I don't know.
That's okay. We have a perfect example last game. Did Tari not play this Houston game? No, he did not play this Toronto Raptors game. Maybe we have like a good example in this Wolves game. You can check. I'll check right quick and see who guarded who.
Well, Tari's also a beast on the offensive glass, so too, and like the Suns' second most offensive rebounds.
Do you think Boy affects that? Like, I'm genuinely, I don't know. He snagged everything. I don't know. That guy's got insane length. It's like Royce O'Neal.
Bro, Bobo has Bobo doesn't like lock in. Like, I feel like Tari can just like run and like Bobo won't even like see him or some shit. And I don't know. Tari's strong as hell.
For what it's worth, let me see. Dylan Brooks, Amen Thompson guard Anthony Edwards. Oh my god, that's so cooked.
So then Amen's gonna guard Booker, and I would put Brooks on KD probably. Because Brooks is always going to guard like one of the two.
Tari Eason guarded Naz Reed. Oh, so who did Brooks guard? Brooks guarded Rudy Gobert.
Oh.
Dude, I have no idea how this one's gonna.
Thing is, Houston's just gonna switch everything anyways. Between like they're gonna be switching pretty much a lot of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if Sengun just like rest. Dude, his back injury was like pretty serious. I get that he practiced. I think that him being limited or not playing is pretty probable, or like pretty high likelihood. And
if you look at Tari PR with 25 plus minutes, what does it look like? 18 and a half. Yikes, bro.
See, but like on a per minute basis, so he's only like Tari's like probably he's been starting like 30 minutes, 28 minutes, 34 minutes. Yeah. Like, bro, he's averaging 6.3 rebounds on the year and only 23.9 minutes. So it's like on a per minute basis, probably like 7.5 rebounds for the minutes he's gonna play. And now you get the Suns matchup. I think I'm locking it in. I
mean, I never mind Tari being an LSU guy. It's only one of the few good players that got in the league besides Cam. So, and I guess Watford kind of.
And Clipper All-Star Ben Simmons.
Yeah, we don't claim Ben Simmons. And he doesn't claim us.
Okay, yeah. I'm making Tari official, guys. Bet365 has
single coverage Phoenix though. What would you like? I mean, who do you lean here? You got Kevin Durant, got Devin Booker. Man, I think it's normally a KD spot, right? Yeah, KD 24 plus points in 4 games against the Suns last year, against the Rockets last year. I mean, he's probably just gonna be taking those one-legged floaters all day. Sorry, one-legged fadeaways all day. Booker last year, yeah, he struggled against this team. It's kind of interesting for me. It's kind of I want to wonder. I kind of want to play KD at 25 and a half, but I don't think I will. Let me see if I run without Beal and with Booker this season. Now this hit rate's horrible. God damn, KD. What the?
I like it though. I mean, dude, 25 and a half's like KD's usually like a 26 and a half guy, and we know that he's not really going to get doubled. So it's like,
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna look in this Tyus spot and kind of see if I want to play him or not. I don't know. It's weird, especially when I know that he gets all those assists off those Mickey, pass the ball in off the screen. Booker shoots that 3, and I know they're just gonna completely switch it, and they're not gonna be able to get stuck. It probably gets tough, but I know he's probably gonna go over if I don't play it. So I don't know. It's a tough one for me. I think that's probably something I got to keep in my back pocket and figure out.
Yeah. No, Tyus does get those. Collier kind of gets those Mickey Mouse assists.
Yeah, I know, but I love those, bro. There's no effort in these assists. You don't need them to dish. Like, they just need to you're just like, yeah, here you go. You do a self-creation for me. And when you're at home too, like I guess he's not at home today, but when you're at home, they give you the craziest assists, bro. Somebody could do like a spin move, two dribble, spin move, step back, and I don't know. They can do whatever the hell they want, and they'd still give them the assist. It's crazy, but you never mind those. It's always good to get some Mickey assists here and there when you have the overs.
Dude, we love the Mickey assist. Hey, if you're fading too, then it's like you got to go against the Mickey assist. It goes both ways.
Yeah. See, so here's something it's actually something interesting, right? So this is something I do want to do a little bit of a case study on, right? Kind of see it. Potential assists might be the most overrated stat. I don't know if I'm tripping or what. Mm-hmm. I think potential assists are by far the most overrated stat. It's good for overs because you can genuinely you could have like 10 potential assists, but you actually have 15 or 16. Like, okay, it's actually a perfect example. I'll watch PJ Washington, right? For example, here, I would say, not PJ Washington. Sorry, Emmanuel Quickly, right? The thing that I'd say about him is I watched him last night, and he got a lot of 2 dribble potentials. I wonder how many potentials they said that Quickly had, because they said he had 13 potentials. I know for a fact, like he had 15 to 16. You look at all these potentials. Chris Paul the other day, it says 7-on-7 potentials. My buddy Caleb Betts watched that back. He had 15 potentials. There were 8 potentials that he had where he went 2 dribbles and then he had it, right? And everybody ran Chris Paul under assists and ended up hitting, but everybody ran Chris Paul under assists saying, you know what? Guess what? He only had 7 potentials. He converted 100% hit rate, 100%. 6.5 against the Magic, you have to take the under. Potential assists, like for unders, I think is just like by far the most like overrated stat consistently. And I wonder, what's the proper way to cap, under assists? Like the way that you were breaking down the Golden State Mavericks game, right? Mm-hmm. It's you kind of see it and you're like, it's not really a good matchup for Curry. You kind of want to fade his assists, or usage trends and kind of seeing who's having like better usage and passes. I don't know. I feel like under assists is like just the scariest market to bet on. I always remember when I have under assist bets, I just feel like it's never going my way, unless it's just a complete cash. And it's just like there's never a shot for them to go over.
I think that the best thing to do is I think you actually have to do an eye test thing. Like once you bet on, I remember when Collier first started coming out of the scene, I had to bet it first, and once I sweated it and saw how he gets his assists, I'm like, holy shit, this dude's gonna be an absolute wagon.
Yeah,
like it's really just like an eye test thing.
And I put up in that Pelicans game. I was watching that. I was like, yeah, all day. Like I'm just gonna play this every single time. But it's always interesting to me. I don't know. That's why for film for sure, for like Curry and stuff, I want to see how they kind of run that offense a little bit more. Because I've not been watching the last two Warriors games. You're gonna have to see who's better between them and see who's the best to take out of all of them.
Yeah, I will say I like Wemby under stuff today. Oh, I'm not showing it. So I was on a cat over against the Celtics, and it was probably the worst bet I've made of the year, genuinely, because they cross matched him with Tatum, and like I didn't think they were gonna do that. I thought it was like since Drew was out, they weren't gonna cross match, and they were starting two bigs. They're gonna put Tatum or Brown. They're gonna cross match Wemby, and it's gonna be very hard for him to do much, in my opinion. I said I think the line's kind of adjusted to that, like 22.5. It's also a good matchup for Fox, but
yeah, I think a lot of people played Fox like 21.5 last night. 21.5 is not a bad number at all against the Celtics in any manner. I'm gonna show you to the most random wagon. Go to Wembanyama and go look at him. Go look at win by one or more, and then go look at him by lose or one or more. So you're gonna see him in a win, right? And you're gonna see him in a loss. This guy is the biggest win merchant you'll ever see in your life. I don't know what it is with him, but I found this out last game. I ended up not even playing him against the Wizards, but it's ridiculous. He in a win, he literally he'll nuke every single time. In a loss, he just can't. So anytime he's playing a trash team, hammer Wembanyama. That guy's gonna catch every single time. But a game like this, I don't know. He's probably gonna lose this game. I don't know. It might be tougher, but I think probably in terms of matchup, it's not even that bad for him. But still,
I actually really like his under PA, especially like 26.5.
Yeah, it's like the weirdest wagon, but it works. Yeah. I mean, the hit rate's there, and it's obviously a correlation, right? At this point in the season, 45 games in, these aren't just random ass trends. At this point, there's some value to it, and it's clear. I mean, dependence on Wemby. I guess you have less a little bit of dependence with Fox there, but still, crazy.
JJ, do you like anything? Oh, sorry, you go.
I was gonna say, what do you guys think of Scotty Barnes' assists?
Ooh. Is RJ back today, or?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I think he cleared concussion protocol, but I can check it out and see RJ.
I think that they're going to guard him one-on-one with Evan Mobley. Like, he's a perfect guy to guard Scotty.
And it's been interesting, like, him with Quickly versus without.
He was drawing fouls like crazy yesterday, bro. It's actually insane.
Well, is Quickly even going to play? Because it's a back-to-back, and I know he's been, like, crazy limited.
He has, but, like, I don't know. It's weird. Because, okay, RJ Barrett is likely eligible to play tomorrow, so he should be playing today. RJ Barrett should be in for what it's worth. 6.5 assists against the Cavs. God damn.
Hey, guess what game I faded him? Against Houston.
Houston, that's crazy. Yeah, actually, I had this guy on my court as well play that, and I don't know how he had 14 potentials. I guess Kasinga maybe out.
Tari Eason was out, and
if you run Scotty PA with RJ Barrett, I want to say like don't think like. Quickly is a tough part here, right? Like I know a lot of guys ran his under last night because Quickly and RJ, and his hit rate's horrible. It is so bad. Like this guy does not hit his line at all. But I don't know if both play. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I would think Quickly doesn't. To be honest with you, they've just been like so conservative with his minutes until like
the fact that he played 35 last night too, though. It was so interesting to me.
Yeah, but I feel like the 35 last night makes it even more likely that he's not going to play. Almost.
Yeah, in here, and then they just kind of let RJ come back.
Yeah. What about Mogbo?
That guy runs the offense.
Wait for what's his face as well. Pirtle. He's questionable. Pirtle might be back too.
Oh, okay.
They've been rolling out days in advance, and today they have them as questionable. So.
When is fucking Brandon Ingram going to come in and start chucking 20 pull-up middies a game?
Just to score 18? I don't know.
A1, are you sad that...
going to be interesting.
Hey, are you sad that you guys lost Brandon Ingram?
Why would he be sad?
But I don't even know, bro. I want to see CJ McCollum going, that's for sure. But, BI, like, I still remember that one Sun series that BI had. That's when I thought BI was going to be him, but... Well, he's not really done anything since then, so I can't even be like too mad that we lost him. Like it's just been a bunch of injuries. And I mean, a guy like that, I just want Cooper Flag. Let us get Cooper Flag and Zion. Let us get going. Come on, tank as much as we can. Herb Jones, Cooper Flag, Trey Murphy, Zion. Who's stopping us, bro? Nobody.
That's a squad. Jose's a super sneaky impact player, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jose's nice off the bench.
Okay, let's see. Is there any? There's probably a lot of questions we didn't get to. I'm trying to find stuff that we just for sure didn't talk about, even especially maybe in games that we didn't talk about. Monotone said, "Can you rank your top 12 favorite Wizards?" Number one, I wonder if any Wizards ever been a wagon. I kind of like DeLon Wright back in the Wizards days.
I like that.
Jonas Valanciunas.
I don't even know, bro.
I like betting against Jonas Valanciunas, when I knew he was gonna play, and I knew that they were gonna give up a million assists and a ton of stuff to the pick and roll man.
Jonas was bad, bro. I remember everybody was playing him every single game without sorry, he didn't cash. He finally at least ended on a good note against that Hornets game, but
yeah,
I did. It did sound like crazy.
I remember last year the betting community would always play Jonas overs, and they would all be complaining so hard whenever he'd get benched. I'm like, dude, are you watching this dude move on defense? This Pelican seems trying to make the playoffs. People are bro, he had 8 points in 12 minutes. Why did he not come back?
So it's bad,
dude,
bro.
He can't defend
that I remember. I think it was DKDFS, right? He had Nance overs, no Jonas under parlays. He ended up missing a crazy late one free throw by Nance, and then he ran it back, but then Jonas started dominating. Right, that's the weird thing about Jonas is I think Jada, you and I ran it too, against the Pacers one time. It ran a Jonas under. And then Jonas said, "Yeah, forget this," because he was completely put off the court. And then Jonas said, "Yeah, I'm just gonna score 24 PRA in 15 minutes and just completely nuke." It's ridiculous. Jonas is just so weird. Just comes off these bad games and just kind of dominates for a little bit, even though he's still a negative on the court because he can't play defense. There's no point. He's giving up as many as he can score. It's crazy.
What do you guys think about Jaylen Green?
Against the Suns, that's a really good. It's a really good matchup for him.
The books
the line will drop down if Sengun's in, that line's gonna drop down too.
Yeah,
depends if he's in or not though. Peep's assist the last few games. His usage has been going up like crazy. I don't know if the last game, 9 potentials. He's been getting the potentials up. Amen Thompson was averaging 68 passes per game. Now it's Jaylen Green leading the team in passes, which is weird. But he also gets a lot of the assists to Sengun. So that's where the negative kind of comes from there.
Yeah, Sengun basically didn't play this game, and he only had 3 assists, but 9 potentials, which is good. Yeah, I wish this is still 3.5. I think the books, kind of caught up to that a little bit. But yeah, Jaylen Green points. I think if Sengun gets ruled in, it's actually a really good spot. I mean, they just love to play drop. They've also kind of abandoned the bigs a little bit. Didn't Nick Richards get benched the second half when they went small ball?
Yeah, they did. They ran ball boy at the beginning. Oh wait, what's this again? Yeah, they ran ball boy at the beginning.
Yeah, Brown RA, like I said, we like that stuff. If Brown stuff, yeah, I mean, you just gotta wait for MPJ news. Naz Reed.
Said that everyone messed up with Jaylen Duren over 2.5 assists. Did some news come out?
So everyone fucked with it?
I think he means messing with it instead of. I think he meant fucking with it instead of that. But if he, hopefully, he didn't mean
does everybody like it?
Oh, Dame just got ruled questionable for what it's worth.
Oh, Lillard?
Yeah, he went down to questionable.
That's never good. Quick snipe. Should we quick snipe Bobby?
I have one look because I'm looking at these potential assists right now. Vucevic over assists. He had 9. He went 1 of 9 on potentials yesterday.
And he had a triple-double the game before against the
Pistons. He did. Yeah, it's a really big bounce back spot for him. 25 minutes, 9 potential assists. You can't. The usage don't get much better than that.
I mean, Vucevic PRA makes sense, bro. I do fear. I might be talking on my ass. I do fear that he's just checked out, post trade deadline, that he's still on the Bulls. But this should be a show some heart spot from Chicago.
Yeah, he's been really bad the last 2 games now. I mean, the Bulls have been really bad in general.
A1, what's like the basketball behind Vucevic getting assists or potential assists in this Pistons matchup?
I mean, I think it's just. I mean, I don't know. You'd think like it's just Duren, right? And then drop coverage. I think that's probably the best thing I'd say. I wonder. Actually, let me go check.
Should we watch some film on his triple double?
Yeah, we could see where he's getting these assists from. I mean, I think it's probably like Kobe White that's giving him these assists, but we can see because Kobe White went 0 of 8 from 3 last game, so I'd imagine it's a big Kobe White thing. But I'll tell you how he's getting these assists. All right, Kobe White first assist was Kobe White, right? Mm-hmm. Next assist was that's him.
Yeah, we can just watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, so just like weird. That's just like random, I guess.
But yeah,
that's not like that's just pretty random. Dribble handoff, modest.
These are not the best assists, right?
Yeah,
those setback threes. You can test the threes a little bit. Positive, modest.
Okay, Giddy.
Right here. Three-pointer again.
Like a transition assist.
That's probably Mickey. Not again, bro.
Okay, so it's like
another 3. It's just 3-on-3-on-3.
Yeah, I mean that one makes sense. It's like you help up, double in the post.
See, why is Tobias even helping there though?
Yeah, like a Giddy.
Yeah, they obviously kept doing it though. Again, pass out. They help out.
Okay. Does.
Nice crafty passing.
Duren's been putting a lot of attention on the pick and roll handler. It looks like a little transition, modest 3.
Yeah. So it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of help on Vucevic to get these shots. Javon Carter. Okay, so that's one thing. It's interesting, right? Because everybody ran Vucevic 3s back against Duren, and he still had 4 attempts. But you can kind of see that they're doing a little weak side helping though. Like they're not letting him just shoot these open 3s every single time. They're helping out a little bit, and that's just gonna lead to like somebody else being wide open. Again, just kind of helping out a little bit. That's just the easiest assist of all time.
Yeah. That's the type of assist that when you cash on that, you just fucking feel like you're on top of the world.
He needs 4 of them. Like 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think he can get 4, but I wasn't the most impressed with that film. I'd say, what am I trying to say? Like, how bad did they shoot last game? Yeah, they went 10 of 47 from 3. So obviously, Vucevic. Obviously, I mean, Vucevic, all his 3 potentials are probably off missed 3s. So I mean, I'd say that probably that's not that bad. I actually don't mind that. I might look into that a little bit more. Might want to play that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, let's see. Calvin said, "What official plays do we have for so far?" We have Naz Reed over 17.5 points. Deni Avdija over 10.5 RA. Jaylen Duren over 2.5 assists. Tyler Herro under 33.5 PRA, and then Tari Eason over 6.5 rebounds. Okay, guys, and I think we're gonna go for 4 more minutes at 10:30. It's a cutoff. I got to make some like videos for TikTok and shit, and like I like that by a certain amount of time. A1, are you still doing TikTok?
I'm just lazy. That's the only issue. I got to start doing it again, but I just want to I don't know. I got to figure out how I want to edit these videos and kind of do them. So the toughest part, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. That's the toughest part of everything. Just trying to figure out how to be a little bit different on TikTok and try to get those videos going without saying, like I'm gonna take your girl. You're gonna take your girl to Cabo if you end up hitting the sleigh. So that's the only thing to figure out.
Bro, the betters on TikTok are like genuinely like the worst betters I've ever seen.
It's so
like
funny,
Twitter.
bro. Yeah, I know. I mean, people say Twitter gambling community is toxic, bro. TikTok, if it actually had a community there, it would be so bad. It'd be insane.
I actually think that like Twitter, there's a lot of like really, really good bettors on Twitter, to be honest. Like everyone's getting like pretty sharp with it, I'd say, for the most part.
What other game have we not broken down yet? I'm trying to look. You think Embiid plays today or no? I mean, there's no way he plays, but yeah.
Grimes, we put Grimes. This is a lotto, by the way, if you guys missed it. We had a lotto with Ant to score 35, Grimes to score 15, and Duren 5 assists.
plus 500. That's plus 5,500. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, Grimes stuff makes a ton of sense, I think. I mean, Brooklyn just like blitzes the pick and roll every time, so it's not a good matchup for Maxey. Paul George may sit on a back-to-back. He did play. It's 36. So it's just like Brooklyn leaks spot ups and transition looks, and that's like literally what Grimes is going to do. And he played 36 last game, 31 the game before. I think he's starting now, if I'm not mistaken. But
the guy Jaden in the chat says Butler that free throws are at 5.5. I would run that in a heartbeat, bro.
Oh,
There's no way that I'm not playing that. That's a crazy line. I think just knowing his usage.
Yeah, holy shit. Yeah,
that's a crazy line. ESPN bet probably double, probably stuff like that. That's nice. I mean, the way that the Mavericks are going to guard, he's going to be going for this foul like crazy.
Yeah, dude. 5.5.
What about the Memphis game? I haven't even looked at this yet. Clippers, Memphis.
Oh yeah.
Back to back.
So Liam Osbets, he played this. He played Ja under 7.5 assists and 15 plus points. I think that they like played drop against Ja and like kind of limited assists, limited spot ups around him last time. And Clippers won the game, so it's like probably do the same scheme. Had really good. He had 20 shots. 20 shots and 8 free throws are pretty good for Ja, especially with Bane and Jaren playing.
Yeah, Ja looked better last night. When Ja can get those free throws going, that dude wants to always. Mm-hmm. That guy always is. You know, he's playing better. And I mean, if he could get these free throws again going in tonight, I think they'd be pretty good. They got to make a little bit of a road trip on a back-to-back, but it's not bad.
Yeah, Taylor Jenkins might be a little anal. I could see Edey actually playing. Edey makes sense, to be honest, to like match up with Zubac.
Yeah, they could for at least the first part of the game. Has he even played? He had 14 rebounds. Was he Zubac in for this game? 27 minutes?
Oh, I would assume, dude. Actually, why don't we just... He was.
Yeah, that is interesting, though. I mean, they do need Edey a little bit here. I don't think Brandon Clark's going to match up as well. Only issue is I don't like Edey's minutes when everyone's in. Like 20 minutes last game. It's always tough for him. It's never really a good spot for him in terms of minutes.
Yeah.
Probably say everybody else, too, is tough.
That rebounding is like super interesting, though, to be honest. I wish it was 6.5. I feel like he's been getting 6.5 lines.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Kawhi Leonard lines. Is Kawhi back? Kawhi's at full 30 minutes now?
Yeah.
Let's see.
His 2.5 assists are not bad, but it's just juice to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's also tied out. Can't find much edge in this game. I always find tough, bro. I always find tough for Kawhi. I was starting off for the Clippers props. I feel like they've been so sharp. It's out of like maybe a little bit of Kawhi in the beginning since Kawhi's come back. Maybe Harden assists wouldn't be that bad in this pace. If he's at 9.5, he's at 10.5. It's cooked.
Yeah, he's at 10.5.
They got everybody sharp, bro. I don't know what's up with this. They had Clippers prop wrong for like a whole month in a row, and now they've kind of figured it out. It's been bad.
I have noticed Clippers scheme is super weird, but I mean they're like up there with Jazz type catch and shoot frequency recently.
That's crazy. Actually, I thought they were not a bad catch and shoot defense at all.
Yeah. So I mean Jalen Wells maybe buy low on him. I know he got into foul trouble last game. Like I said, these Memphis guys will play random minutes and shit, but Jalen Wells is like a good player. Maybe you get some back-to-back rests just from like Vince Williams, who like missed a shit ton of time this year.
Bro, I mean, Jalen Wells came out that game and he scored 8 points and they still didn't give him run. Like, that's the craziest thing. It's like, it's not even like a hot hand type situation. He scored 8 points last night in the first 4 minutes and they just said, yeah, you know what? Forget it. We're not even going to run you for the rest of the game.
He was in foul trouble at some point, I believe.
No, maybe he did. That makes more sense. Actually, he did in the first half. He did have 3 fouls, but just in the second half, they didn't run him at all outside of that little bit of a starting spot.
Yeah, like no fourth quarters. Wow.
It's a little bit of fourth quarter run, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Vince Williams is also like just so much better on the defensive end. Like a guy like Vince is just a lot more versatile, and it's now that he's kind of getting off restriction more and more, it's gonna be bad for him.
Would you think that Vince might sit though? I mean, this dude is like literally missed like all year basically, and then it's like only.
He could. I mean, yeah. They've had so many days of rest between these games, so he could sit. I mean, one of these guys could end up sitting.
That could be a good edge, honestly, if Vince sits, because that won't affect his line. Like people aren't going to be like, "Oh my gosh, Vince is out. I'm going to play Jalen Wells over." So you could probably actually.
I mean, You need like Gigi and Vince out though, and both of them have missed time and they've not played back to back in a minute. So that could end up being the case unless they have it back to back to sign that picture.
Yeah, no, that's something I'm gonna keep in the back of my head.
I might tail on the Duren look, honestly. 2.5 assists. I want something in that Pistons game.
Yeah, it feels. We could quick watch some film if you want to watch that. Let's see, Pistons.
That's got to be. I mean, somebody's gonna. Like you said, the only thing is like if these Bulls just bounce back, because no team kind of loses by 40 and then lose by 40 again in the back-to-back spot here ever.
Yeah.
Plus, it's on the road too. Like, I mean, you know, you get embarrassed by your fans back-to-back like this, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, hold up, let's look at this. Give it to Duren.
That's what 1, 2. That's actually not bad. Easy.
That was it. Yeah, those are like the.
And that doesn't count. That doesn't count as a potential assist, by the way.
Yeah.
So that's not even going to be on the stat sheet for potentials.
Offensive rebound, assist, kind of fluky, but
yeah, I mean that's an assist that you feel good that you kind of feel good about. Plus, a lot of these being in the second half, so it's after some halftime adjustments.
Yeah, another offensive.
Well, missed alley-oop, and then bro just gets it.
That's a good pass, though, dude. That's like a pretty
good pass. You know, he's a good passer though. Jaylen Duren's pretty versatile.
Yep. Give it to him in that handoff. Yep, yes, sir. Malik Beasley. Those are the perfect assists you want to see. You know,
all there. And then these outlet plays can be with the pace that they have. This should be there. Plus, Duren's getting a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, easy.
Oh damn, Malik Beasley.
So 2 of them were dribble handoff assist, but yeah, we'll see.
They probably ran a lot of them. I wonder what his pass look like. Plus, he only played 23 minutes, so
yeah.
And yeah, Fabio, definitely. I like Jimmy 5.5 free throws, but just can never post a free throw prop knowing it's only on one vote, basically.
Yeah.
It's just the only thing.
You can't like track that to your record, but like you can recommend it to people and stuff.
Yeah, always. Just kind of like say out loud. You know, whoever cashes from it is always good. Just nothing to do. Duren was third on the team in passes yesterday. So can't mind.
Oh, sweet. JJ, have you found a prop yet today?
I've been eyeing some stuff, but I'm just gonna wait until later because there's so many props out. I'm not gonna just pick a couple just because they're there. I'd rather just narrow down the list.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I think that's gonna do it. Like I said, got to make some TikToks. But A1, I appreciate you coming on. Make sure to look into his premium. It's because the rate that you win at is ridiculous, and you do more than NBA and stuff. So I want to say I fully recommend that. And if there's anything you want to shout out, just go ahead and do so.
No, all good. I mean, I appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, you guys got consistency streaming every single day is something that I need to kind of get going myself, man. It's always a grind, bro. I saw full respect to that. I know you both do amazing work as well. So hopefully, we can cash out today on this 15 game slate. It's gonna be a crazy one, man. I can't even imagine watching these games tonight.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. You gotta love these slates, and yeah, we appreciate that, A1. Yeah, so one last thing, guys. We do have a lot of people in here viewing. Guys, if you guys are new here, a subscribe, a like, that goes a long way in supporting us, what we're trying to do. It's a free way to support us. It's how we are able to keep this content free in the long term. So, and yeah, we're live every day. Monday through Thursday, we're actually twice a day, and then every single day of the week we're live. So if you guys like this, like tuning in, just make sure to drop a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. All right. So JJ, is there anything you want to say before we head out?
Just enjoy the games today. I mean, we got 15 of them.
Yeah. Crazy shit. All right. Well, A1, once again, thank you for joining, and peace out, everyone. Oh, crap. And I screwed up ending it.